You have to detach yourself from their decisions, from their behavior, and do not let it ever dictate your worth. Letting go in relationships while still holding a connection is truly legendary. You're aware that everything has impermanence, even relationships, friendships. It's a part of life. So in this dynamic, you're allowed to hold space for one another, still connect with each other, but not hold on to each other, not suffocating them, not trying to control them, and not needing them. It's a difference between a want and a need. When you need something, you're operating in a place of desperation. Being desperate for people, places, and things can be very dangerous. You will try to manipulate every situation because you want things to work in your favor and want things to work for you. But when you release control, especially on others, allow them to be, allow them to do, allow them to learn without you trying to interfere with anything. Allow them to fall on their face without trying to catch them. You gotta allow folks to be hard-headed because this life is not revolving around you. Their life is not revolving around you. Many times we want to be somebody's priority, someone's purpose, someone's reason for living. You sound like an emotional vampire. You sound like a codependent toddler. You are a fully functioning adult. You should not need people to act a certain way for you to exist. When people make poor decisions, they are truly baffled. They are offended by somebody else's actions, what they have chose to do with their life. But their decisions should not affect your behavior. When you are solid within yourself, no one can dictate your mood. No one can dictate your energy. No one can dictate this life for you. Yet we live in a society where we give away our power because we rather be attached to other people's energy than to be solid in our own energy. No wonder why you end up heartbroken, distressed, hair falling out, because you willingly gave away your power for your own self-destruction. In healthy relationships, you do not have to sacrifice your dignity. You do not have to sacrifice your goals. You do not have to sacrifice your friends. You do not have to sacrifice your dreams in order to be in a healthy dynamic. But when you are in these unhealthy dynamics, these unhealthy relationships, they possess you. They control you. You are attached to a fantasy. And if they go off script with this romantic novel that you have in your head, you will constantly be offended. Free yourself from the bondage that you have placed on yourself. Free yourself from being a prisoner of love. Love should not be a prison. Love should not be demanding. Love should not be controlling. Stop trying to control other people and let them be. Love is when you can accept people, but the only way you can accept them for who they are is when you accept yourself for who you are. Love is self-acceptance. Love is you. It already lives inside of you. But if you don't understand that, or if you lack that, you're going to continue to pull and tug and force people and drain them from their own energy because you're wanting them to prove to you. You wanting them to tap dance for you. You're wanting them to be something that they're not. If you can hold space for people by letting go of the illusion, letting go of the fantasy, just letting go of the titles, the ownership, the possession, the mind games, the ego, you can still hold a connection with those that you love, giving them the freedom, giving them the space to learn, the space to grow, the space to be. You can't try to suffocate people with your love. You have to detach yourself from their decisions, from their behavior, and do not let it ever dictate your worth. People change, so put your faith in God. God will allow you to detach yourself from situations, from relationships, and from people, places, and things, so you can just experience the full gratitude of this very moment. How you ever gonna be grateful when you're constantly trying to control people? Be grateful for who you are and where you're at in this life, and appreciate people in the present, not trying to force a future with them. If it's meant to be, it will always be. But you gotta let things flow. And y'all don't wanna let things flow because you have these expectations. You have to know where we're going. You gotta know what we're doing. You gotta have a title. You gotta have something tangible so you can be secure with yourself. But security already lives within. No one can make you feel secure about yourself. That comes from within. You gotta know your worth. You gotta know you. You gotta know you. I love you. It's your girl TeraChantelle. Please check out Self Love Manual and Pure Pussy Pimpin'. And I can't wait to see you guys on the next one.